This is Richard back at you. We got Mark and Matthew all the way from Arkansas. Brought their truck to us to do. Now this is a heads and cam truck. We're going to be doing the works to it. We're going to be doing transmission. We're going to be doing the converter. We're going to be doing the rear end. We're going to be doing gears, a Positrack unit, all the bells and whistles to this truck to finish it out for them. So we're really excited for them to bring it all the way down from Arkansas. Let's get this tranny tore down. We've already got it out. I think they said it was already rebuilt before. We don't really know what was done with it, but I know he said it didn't last very long. So let's go get this thing apart. We have it back here. We've been busy around here for sure. We've got our 6-speed almost done. We've got our new AC solenoid assembly and stuff that come in. We owned this one out here. It was bad, so we got that done. We got our Transgo kit in it, everything. So we're just about done with that unit there. But we got Mark and Matthew's 4060E here. Now it's been painted and stuff like that, so you can tell it's probably been rebuilt before. I don't know if it's got a stock converter or anything like that. It's got a stock size converter, and it does look like it's probably got a little bit of stall. The fins are a little bit facing to the right, so no name or anything like that. So let's see what this thing looks like. I'm excited to get in here and see what other people do.
Yep.
All right, can you hand me that battery back there, sir? We come back here and get the tail housing off real quick. Now we've been really busy doing a lot of high performance stuff and a little bit of daily driver stuff, a little bit of four-wheel drive stuff. A little bit of everything. What did I do? Pliers, excuse me.
Think they put a Corvette servo in it?
I don't know. I'm curious to see what people tell people they do and what they do. So, we do have one. There you go, Trent. Answered your question.
I just had to put that in there before we seen it.
Yeah. So it does have one. But remember, a Corvette servo wears really bad in the pin bore. So even though you got one, you better check it for pin wobble and stuff like that when you take it apart, because if that bore is wore out, the Corvette servos wore out. And them things are so cheap, you can replace them. So we do have a seal retainer on there and stuff like that. It doesn't look like the seal was ever glued in or the retainer. You can just probably pop the retainer off your fingers. So it retains really well. That's why you glue them in. Because that retainer was just really for looks, I think, more than it was for working unless you glue it in. Now Trent, you said this was really noisy. Said it sounded like it was grinding when it come in?
Sounded like it was grinding. No reverse at all.
Oh, no reverse at all, huh?
Yeah, no reverse at all. And it was all she had to get back in, get in the door.
Yeah, those filters stopped up pretty good.
Remember, this one had a lot of pump wine too.
Oh, did it?
A lot of pump wine.
Well, that filter like that. Get this up in here. I don't smell any additive or anything crazy like that. Just a really old smelling fluid. You know, been in there for a long time, it smells like. or lockup wasn't working and it was just cooking in there. You know, we see a lot of that. Get this parking detent spring off there. Get our 10mm bolts for our main lockup solenoid. And all these seals and stuff like that are just really loose in the bore. I was noticing, like the seals are really shrunk. See how that solenoid just wobbles around?
Mm-hmm.
See, these do the same thing. And when you put a new seal on that thing, it'll stiffen it right up where it tightens it in the bore. But once them seals shrink like that, it can throw false codes and all kinds of stuff because of the seal leakage right there.
Correct.
So. I don't think these bolts were torqued, man.
I was about to ask you that.
They feel really.
See if
I
you
see
grab
it.
one with your hand.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of
Yeah.
like, yeah. That was the only one that felt tight there.
Wow.
Those all felt really loose. Which these gaskets will shrink too a little bit, so. But these gaskets will not stick to the valve body or plate. They will always come undone. Unless you have water in them, and then there you go. We've showed multiple videos about the water stuff.
Both had a little tug.
Yeah. So just your standard pillow switch too. They didn't update that or anything. A lot of metal gets in here and shorts these things out. That's where usually where you get false codes and stuff like that too. So see if they did any modifications to the lockup valve, and they didn't. It's just stock stuff.
Really?
Yep, that's really. Yeah, just a stock. I don't even see a shift kit spring here or nothing in the accumulator there. Valve. Take this apart to see if they even put an updated piston in it. Nope, just a stock piston too. These high pressure units like this, all this plastic's got to go. I mean, these things will just disintegrate. And look how wore out. Actually, let me blow that out. I almost thought that was cracked. But that's wore plumb out. Look how bad that wobbles in there. And I'm shaking just as bad as I'm wobbling it, but it's wore plumb out. So if that bore is wore out for that pin, it's just like the seal being wore out here. It doesn't help to change the seal if your bore's wore out here. So. You always want to check for fluid in this connector all the time, because if there's fluid in there, it's going to cause shorts and all that type of stuff.
A little bit in
And
there.
you can see fluid in there, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this whole harness will be replaced. They're really bad about that, and a lot of people don't replace them. They don't even know that that's an issue. So we got all of our check balls here. They did repair the bore on that one there. So. Got this on. I had it on that torque mode. Where it
It wouldn't barely do
yeah, it turns off on its own.
That's funny.
Yeah, I really like that setting because that's a really good setting to put things on. And it'll just stop right when it just barely tags the bolt. Torque it stops instantly. So I like those a lot.
Never over torque it with that thing.
No, it works really good.
Cool.
See, nothing here too. No work done here. It's just stock piston, stock setup completely. We'll change all this stuff up here. Cut the stroke down on that piston. Cut the shift down too by doing that. So And they do have the right gaskets on it. They got a round hole. On both sides, got a case and valve body case to the hole there. Has a C. Gaskets, I mean, they're new. It looks like they're kind of dry film, but and of course they didn't do no work here neither. They just stuck this piston back in there, didn't even put a spring in it. Come on, guy. Yeah, he didn't help that at all. So, still got a lot of slacking in that aluminum pin bore. But we're gonna, even though that's like that, we're gonna use this piston, put it back in there, and then we're gonna take a brand new piston and stack on top of this to block that system off. That way we have a good seal, and then we have a good pin bore too. Because we don't care about this piston. All we care about is just to block it, stack it. So if it's wore out, it's wore out. But the new one we're putting in there will not be wore out.
As long as our piston is good.
Yeah. Over here and get this parking space done. We appreciate you guys bringing this thing all the way down, letting us have the opportunity to work on it. I enjoy it, so I'm going to do you a really nice job for sure. I haven't given my Milwaukee gun any mercy. You can tell I've been using it, and man, it works, guys. If you need one of these, if you ain't got one, you need to go get one if you're a tranny builder or any type of mechanic, because I mean it works really good. Like I said, Trent's been trying to convert me over to electric, but I just haven't done it, and whoever sent that to me did it.
Thanks.
So we appreciate you guys. A lot of people say I'm throwing things down too hard. Guys, I'm actually not. It's just because the mic's up so high, it sounds like it's hitting the table really hard and stuff like that when it's really not. I mean, I'm pretty sensitive on this stuff. It just looks a little different in the video and the way we have the mic turned up and stuff. But this looks really good. There's some shiny and some staining, but no gouging, markings, or anything like that there.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
That's good.
Converter was shimmed good. Look how far they had the converter shimmed back into it. Really
Yeah.
nice.
Wow, good.
Now, I don't know if they shimmed it or they just got lucky and it fit that way. I don't remember. I didn't see no spacers when I pulled it out. So, and guess what, guys? I pulled this out. I'm going to build it and I'm going to put it right back in. So
He can do it all.
I can do it all. See, all this stuff's not new. Like I said, I don't know how many miles this truck's got on it since they had it rebuilt. They said it didn't last no time. But you can see why. There's nothing done to it special. Stock 4L60s will not hold up to heads and cam. You know, you can tune it a little bit and stuff like that and get it to work a little bit longer. Trent's really good at it. But once we build the tranny, after it does go out, sooner or later it's going to go. Then we got to go back and retune it because we like all of our tuning to be done in our valve body and in our pump and let us program the tranny and then leave a stock pressure programming alone for the tranny. And they work really good. Now we might have to change the shift strategy and make one earlier or one later, something like that to make it perfect. But anytime we do these, if they've been programmed, we got to always get back in there and change it, because if not, you raising pressure, me raising pressure, now we've got pressure that's beyond pressure. So the reverse clutches look good still. Now, were they new? No comment there. Bushing's pretty wore out. Just remember your big hole, small hole. So the only time you really see a small hole, it's going to be in the 4L60 tranny. You always want to check here for flatness. Now you can tell somebody's been in here and done some type of crazy sanding.
You go in there with grinding.
Yeah. So actually the drum looks ruined because the way even they tried to clean it up. You can't take a buffer and do this on this drum. You just make grooves all the way and bobbles all the way around this drum. if you're gonna sand it, you got to do a motion this way. You can't cross it like that because you just destroyed it. And you can tell how they, you can see it. Now, can you see it?
Oh yeah.
Let me. I'll wipe that off and kind of see. Can you shine a light back there? How bad is that drum bad? Yeah. See how bad that drum is, guys. See how bowed it is in the middle. That drum is no good. But believe me, there's guys out there that use it. I mean, in a heartbeat. But not us. It's got a stock band in it. We'll go back with a high performance wide band. Give him a new drum in there. And we're going to be putting a 500 boost valve in the pump too. We've already got it sitting over here behind me. All of his parts back here, ready to go. We got a what type of stall we got coming, Trent, for this?
We're gonna be putting a SS 2500 in this one.
In this one here?
Yes, sir.
Now you notice the load springs are gone.
Oh.
And the clutches are just wiped out along with the band. So
No.
yeah, we'll straighten that all back up. Anytime you put a wide band in there, you need them load springs more than anything. So we've tried to experiment with a wide band and 6 clutches, and we've had issues with the 6 clutch burning out, the 6 clutch pack. But if we put a Z pack back in there, we've never had an issue, guys. So we don't do a wide band and 6 clutches ever. It's always a wide band and the 14 clutch pack. Now these clutches, they got a lot of age on them too. None of them are stripped out or anything like that. So you can see some stripping starting to appear on these teeth here a little bit, but still got the wave in it. Engine brake clutch. Like I say, this is just some old stuff.
It smells old even. Now
Yeah.
you're starting to...
Like I say, this thing probably just got a good paint job.
Man.
You know, we see it all the time,
It's
so
terrible.
that's a common thing. It's hard to find a place that'll put everything new and then build it right and then build it the way it's supposed to be built for performance or daily driving or whatever. Look for any chattering. I mean, all this stuff's just got a lot of wear. You can see it starting to wear here.
I'm going to see the groove on that one.
See, it don't even have a good sprag in it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a cheapo single cage sprag. Don't see any chattering here, but I can feel a little bit of a lip right here where you see that line.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel a lip right there, so that tells me that it's wore out.
Okay.
So you got to get rid of that too. So the whole sprag assembly with the sun gear, you can actually knock this sun gear out because it's just clipped on these little clips right here, and change that from the sprag, put another one on it. Now a little bit earlier design, the sun gear never attached to that sprag. So, but it's all wore out too. So. See if we can get in here. Try that. Sometimes I can get them.
Instantly.
There it goes. Now we still ain't found the issue of this thing yet, I don't think.
No,
I haven't found anything to be making noises or anything crazy. Now this is just a stock 4-tab washer assembly. We'll be going back with a roller hub and roller bearing and all that type of stuff. So we'll be upgrading all of that. And we're going to be checking all the planets and stuff out really good. And actually this one right here, I mean, he wants a lot of the bells and whistles, so we're going to be upgrading this planet here to the Sonex planet and sun gear. This is going to be a big upgrade, guys. You can see the difference in the size of the sun gear. I got people saying it don't matter and all that type of stuff, but I'll tell you what, you put one of these in there, we've experienced some, it changes the whole tranny night and day. So if you're going to do anything, upgrades, not a billet shaft or something like that, buy that. You think $700 ain't worth it? Let me tell you, $700 is worth it. You're going to see a constant RPM drop instead of one fall into 1,000 RPM more than the other. and you're just going to see it drop 1,000, 1,000, 1,000 instead of one dropping 2,000, and the car trying to recover from it, it just can't do it, and that's what that Planet's designed to do, to stop that from happening. So that's going to be a good upgrade for this thing. It'll make that old truck really work. We got one out there right now that we've done. That's I know it's twin turbo on it now, but was it before? Nitrous Trent?
It's a 4-door Vortec Max, and I mean we've done everything
nasty
to that bad boy, and it runs good.
It's nasty.
When we changed the Planet, I mean,
all billet shafts. He didn't do it right the first time. We warned him because he likes to go to the track, and he didn't have no suspension work on the back of it, and his back tires would bounce at the track, and he'd twist a shaft off, or the input shaft or the output shaft. And we finally got him talked into putting what was them bars on the back, Trent?
Traction bars.
Traction bars on the back, and stopping the bouncing and going with billet shafts and stuff, and he ain't broke it since. I mean, he's just been out beating it. But he got away from the nitrous too, and now it's a twin turbo truck.
Yep.
And I don't think they have it finished yet, do they, Trent?
No, haven't finished yet, but he's about to.
Yeah, he come up here the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Okay, we got our sun gear shell here. Of course, you can see it's broken off. It's all stripped out. That's why you don't have no reverse. You won't have second or fourth. This is just like that. Now, sometimes these will come in and jump forward and grab into this front groove, and it'll back up one time. You go, oh, it backed up. And then, of course, then it jumps back into this piece right here, and then it slides again. You go, oh, don't back up no more. So, but that does happen. And a lot of times what it does, it blows the snap ring back, which lets this slide forward, and then it starts working again for a little bit. Then it slides back, and then it quits working again. So we're going to go back with a hardened shell, and we'll eliminate all that type problem. So, of course, we got that back here too. It's a really nice shell. We don't want to go with the beefy hardened ones because this thing the beefy ones are so heavy, and we just want to stay with the hardened and the lighter ones. I mean, this thing spins so much RPM, so I got guys who want to argue with me about that too.
Harry, you better tell him twice the RPM before, because we already know.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell us. Thank you.
Well, you remember the one I did here a while back that the case was almost cut in half?
Yes.
I got a good video out there with the shell and the drum flared out from overspinning, and almost cut the case in half. We had to recase it and everything. I got a really good video out there of that.
I'll actually I'll put that one in the link down below. Our guys can go check out the video where it almost cut the case. Yeah, that one was pretty cool. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It's cocked right there. There it goes. Hey, I didn't make this tranny. I just build them and make them better. Get all this stuff out of there. Of course, the last thing I like to pull out is that and the bearing if it comes out. Of course, we had our band anchor too, guys. Don't want to forget that. Now, being that he's going to be doing a lot of manual shifting with this thing here, we're going to get away from the wave, go back with a couple steels and grind the tabs off like I showed you guys in other videos and stuff, and just firms that second gear shift up so much nicer. So we're going to get rid of that. Change all the sprags out. I mean, just always look for wear here too, chatter marks, any type of grooving. Now just remember too, guys, these sprags go in two different ways. Remember, the spring always pushes the roller uphill. You put that in backwards, it's gonna be a bad day for you. So you want to grab these Planets too and check all these for wobbling. 90% of the time, 3 of them won't wobble, 1 will. Oh, there we go.
And there it is.
Look at that.
One
Man, when you know you've been doing it forever.
2 wobbling.
Yeah.
Wow. That
3.
one's just gone.
Oh, there's a good one.
Oh, there's one good. 3 wobblers and 1 good one.
Actually, I just had a bunch of new ones come in this morning, so
Awesome.
yeah. So this junk, But see what I mean? You got to check all that type of stuff. At least we're going back with a Sonex on this. He's going to really like that. 500 boost valve, Z-Pack, wideband, all the bells and whistles. Really nice converter. Going to do the rear end, positive track unit, all new bearings, stuff like that. Stay tuned. Trent's going to do that for me. He's my rear end man. Really good rear end guy, Trent. I appreciate you for sure. Got a lot of stuff going on. We got our 6-speed, like I said, going to finish it up here. We've got a bunch of Dodge diesels outside. We got a Cummins coming up in a Chevrolet truck with a 4L80E coming up. That's going to be awesome video there that we're going to be doing. All billet shafts. Going to be a pretty cool video there too. So y'all go subscribe to our videos. Stay for the next show. It's going to be awesome. So stay tuned. Y'all have a wonderful day.